So I'm going to give an overview of the children's social care data that we have within SAIL. It'll be a fairly short presentation, but I'll also then point you to lots of different resources that we have available. And so there are two Welsh Government collections. First is the Children Receiving Care and Support. So this is a snapshot. So it's data from all 22 local authorities across Wales, and it reflects the position of the young person on the 31st of March each year. So it includes children looked after, those who may be on the Child Protection Register, and then others who are just receiving wider care and support, but may not be children looked after or on the CPR. So for to be included, a child will be included if there was an open case for 3 or more months prior to the 31st of March. And as a result, just to clarify again, it doesn't cover the whole of the year. And the CRCS replaced the Children in Need census in 2016-17. So the second Welsh Government collection is the Children Looked After. So this is episodic data, again, from the 22 local authorities, and it's used to comply the rates of children looked after on the 31st of March each year again. So it includes the whole year, as well as those who started or ceased to be looked after during the year to the 31st of March. And the Children Looked After reflects both those on Section 31 care orders and those voluntarily looked after under Section 76. So a little bit more detail on the Children in Need and the Children Receiving Care and Support data sets. So the Children in Need coverage that we have is 2002 to 2016, and this is a legacy data set. So this was replaced by the Children Receiving Care and Support as a result of the Social Services and Wellbeing Act 2014, which came into force in April 2016. So the CRCS coverage that we have currently is 2017 to 2021, but this data set continues to be updated. So both of these data sets contain information about the child's disability, and they provide an indication of whether parental factors such as domestic abuse, substance misuse, mental or physical ill health, and learning difficulties were present. They also provide information about key outcomes, including immunizations, dental checks, referrals to mental health support and substance misuse, educational attainment, and involvement with the youth justice system. And some information is also included about when the child joined the Child Protection Register. But it's really important to point out that the two returns are not directly comparable. And SAIL and the data providers have stipulated that the two data collections should not be combined or considered equal or equivalent. This is because the legal framework underpinning each data collection changed. And this also changed the definition of the children who are eligible to be included in each collection. So, for example, a child might have been eligible to be included in the Children in Need data set, but not the CRCS data set. So that then has implications for longitudinal use of the data. So moving on to the Children Looked After data set, fantastic coverage there. So we have data as far back as 2002. To the latest data set is 2021, and again, this continues to be updated. The data reflects the children's legal status and their placement and type and location. Information is also collected about their category of need, reasons for their episode starting, and the reason why their last episode ceased. There's also information on the children's characteristics, such as ethnicity, and we've looked at the ethnicity data, and there's really good coverage there. There's also information on unaccompanied asylum-seeking children, disability, the child's week of birth, and their gender. And as with the SIN, CRCS, or other data sets within SAIL, links can be made to other data sets so that education, health, and other outcomes can be monitored. And just to note that recent work has been undertaken by Alex Lee This has been written up by Grace Bailey, but this work has been undertaken to increase the proportion of records with an ALF, so therefore enabling more children to be linked, or their records to be linked to other data sets within SAIL. And this is proving to be particularly beneficial for older children and for older records, and for preschool age children. Additionally, there are 4 subsets of the children looked after data. So the first one is related to adoptions, and that data set started in 2002. And variables there include information on the local authority who decided adoption was in the best interests of the child, the date the child was matched to prospective adoptive parents, the date of placement for adoption, and the date the child was adopted or ceased to be looked after. And this data set also includes information on the characteristics of the adopters. The second data set or sub-data set is the care leavers aged 16 or over. So this includes all children who ceased to be looked after during a collection year if they were 16 years or older at the time of the care ending. And this contains information about whether the care leaver was assigned a personal advisor or a pathway plan. And, for example, the type of accommodation they were living in on the census date and the suitability of the accommodation. And then there are 2 subsets that are legacy data sets that are no longer updated that we have. One is the care leavers at 19th birthday data set. So that includes information about whether the care leaver was in contact with the local authority responsible for them when they left care, their involvement in employment, education, or training activities, and the type and suitability of the accommodation. And then lastly, we have the educational qualifications of care leavers. And as the name suggests, the main purpose of this data set was to record the qualifications that care leavers had gained at the point that they ceased to be looked after. So within population data science, we've produced a number of data resource profiles, which we hope will aid use of the data sets, but also for you to look at the feasibility of using the data for your proposed research questions. So we've published this ADR data explained on the children looked after data set. We've also published a couple of articles in the International Journal of Population Data Science on these 2 main Welsh Government collections. So if you'd like more information, Stats Wales publish aggregate data, which provides, for example, information on the trends and the numbers involved by demographic characteristics. There are also statistical reports written and published by Welsh Government. In terms of metadata, the I would refer you to the ADR UK catalogue, data catalogue, and also, of course, the Health Data Research Innovation Gateway catalogue. And technical guidance is also produced for local authorities. We have at SAIL a strong partnership with Cascade, that's the Children's Social Care Research and Development Centre at Cardiff University. And as part of that partnership, Helen Hodges has produced a website which is hosted on the Cascade main page, and that includes a lot of the information about these data sets I've gone through today, and gives you a few more links and also outlines projects that are currently using these data. And of course, I recommend that you would always speak to a member of the SAIL analyst team as well, and your scoping process will enable you to see again about the use of these data for your research. Thank you.